Gina's going to welcome everybody here.
Hello. Before we start dinner, on behalf of Ellen and myself, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate our wedding a year later. We really appreciate everyone being so understanding of our decision to go through with our ceremony last year and postpone the reception. If anyone was wondering what the heck kind of song we were doing on our honeymoon in Aruba, we did water aerobics every day, so that was one of the songs we learned. Happy birthday to Renee. Thank you for choosing to spend your birthday here today with us. Pat, your birthday's in a couple days.
Patrick!
Tyler, Amber, happy belated birthday. I wanted to take this moment to reflect on the past few years together with Alan as a couple and now as husband and wife. As most everyone knows now, we've been pretty open with our struggles of infertility and really wanted to start a family around. Within the last few years, we have gone through a very early miscarriage, a failed IUI procedure, and most recently a pregnancy that was unfortunately ectopic. We haven't had quite the best journey so far, but I know our story doesn't stop there. Can't say I've always wanted kids. I'm 8 years older than my brother, so I got a taste of motherly duties and just always thought to myself, there's absolutely no way in hell I'm ever doing this. My poor brother. If he was the first child, I could confidently say that I would not be standing here right now. Sorry, Nicholas, but also you're welcome for being the angel child that I am, so that you can be here. It really wasn't until my cousin Erica had her first child, Shay, that something in the back of my mind just flipped, and all of a sudden I took back everything I said about being so hesitant on wanting kids. I know this is supposed to be a romantic moment, and I should say that it's with the right person, Alan, that changed my mind. Truthfully, I'd be lying. That sweet little boy would change anyone's mind. I never knew a love like that existed until Shay came around. Now we've added more beautiful kids to the family, and there isn't anything I want to do for any one of them. Somehow, some way, I know if we were never able to achieve our dream in life, at least we are surrounded by the best bunch of kids. I met my soulmate now almost 5 years ago, had a beautiful wedding and start of our marriage, went on our amazing honeymoon, and this is what our next life event truly will be. I am a planner, and if you're anything like me, you like to know what is next so you can be prepared for it. Excuse my language, grandmas, children, cover your ears. Holy shit, how wrong we were to think it would come so easy and so natural. We thought, the baby was supposed to be the hard part, not conceiving it. To my overly patient, determined, and incredibly kind husband, when I think of our future family, I think of you first and foremost. I think of the ways we've already come together and things still ahead in our path. When we started trying, you were optimistic and hopeful. Until you're put in this situation, you're in denial that this could ever be a reality. We naively thought that it would be fun and games, an increase in intimacy, and a joyful path to our littles. I'm continually and forever sorry that wasn't our story. I'm sorry that our path to parenthood meant you were asked to literally jizz into a cup several times for analysis and then for procedures. I'm so sorry that at those appointments, you're only offered sexy magazines or whatever you can find on your phone for inspiration. Just remember that you have the easy job. I'm sorry that you then had to watch me go through so many tests, so much blood work, injections, and procedures for a long time with no success. I'm sorry that making a baby was so much harder than we ever imagined it would be, that it was expensive and exhausting and scientific, and not in any way romantic or enjoyable. I'm sorry that time is not on our side, and that luck does not seem to be either. But I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for riding every aspect of the highs and lows with me. Thank you for cheering when my scans noted additional follicles and my levels rose accordingly. Thank you for sharing your grief and mine throughout the whole process, for knowing that my patience and my persistence is almost always equally matched by doubt and discouragement, and for being there each step of the way. I can be pretty stubborn. Thank you for believing in our journey, both the pieces that do and do not exist yet. Ellen truly has been such a rock these last few years, most importantly the last few months. Everyone is so quick to praise and recognize me for being so strong and so brave for sharing my story. Unfortunately, I don't have a choice but to face this journey head on. Alan has a choice, and he chooses to go through this roller coaster with me. And I can never express how thankful that makes me feel every day. When I'm anxiously bouncing my leg in the waiting room, he grabs my hand to let me know that I am not alone. When the doctor gives us results that we didn't want to hear, he immediately looks at me to make sure that I'm okay. When I tear myself down because I often feel like my body is a failure, he hugs me so tightly and reminds me that I am not broken. Some days I act selfish. I get angry at what my body keeps failing to do. The world feels so heavy on my shoulders, and I take my frustration out on anyone in my path, which is usually always Alan. I have to remember that you are suffering too. You are frustrated, worried, and exhausted as well. I know you put on a brave face for me, but I hope you know that it's okay not to be okay all the time. You're my best friend and number one supporter. Your patience and determination has been everything I ever knew I needed. I know I don't tell you enough, but I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. You've been a huge part of this journey, and I couldn't imagine going through it with anyone else. There's not anything we can't conquer together after the struggles we faced in the last few years. We share this pain in the same way we will share the excitement whenever a miracle finally arrives. To those of you who have a glass, I would now like to raise and join me in a toast to Alan, because I love you truly and I know you love me too. My very greatest happiness is sharing life with you.